Hello, 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 everybody. Linda here, and how are you guys doing? I don't know what's happening for you guys, but damn, wow. I don't really follow astrology much. Whoa, that's so loud. Why does it always come on like that? I don't follow astrology very much, but when I do, it's always like, oh, it's going to be interesting how that plays out. So Venus went retrograde and is going to be retrograde till sometime in April. And what that means for us is we get to look within ourselves and look at our personal relationships as a reflection of how we are relating to ourselves. And so I have had just unbelievably mind-blowing, expansive opportunities to watch my relationships heal and deepen, and certain patterns dissolve, and certain things have been really incredibly unbelievable healing has been happening all over the place. So I just had the most amazing session with a very good friend of mine, and I just wanted to share this massive epiphany aha that came out of it. I was shown something that I hadn't seen before. How many of you, as you're walking through your life and doing your thing, have recognized the power of your thinking, the power of your thoughts to create constructs, and that these constructs, in fact, like the Matrix showed us, we're living into them. They're living, breathing things, and we think they're real. And how many of you have had the opportunity of having one of those constructs fall apart, dissolve, and suddenly go, oh my gosh, I thought that was real and that wasn't real? So for example, in one of my relationships, I realized I had this really deep realization that I was living in what felt like a prison, 4 walls, metal bars, all of it locked away. And so I'm living in this prison, and I realized I'm handing the people in my life the key. And I had this very kind of detached observer kind of view of the whole thing that looked down and went, my God, I'm putting myself in these prisons, and through my thinking and my expectations, they're creating this reality where I felt trapped and I felt unloved and uncared for, and I'm handing these people the key to my prison, every one of them, as if I'm hiring my own prison wardens. Like, that was to the degree of realization that I saw my own creative process at work. How many of you have seen that in your life? Seen the constructs of your thoughts, your beliefs, and how people sign up and start playing them out with you, and to see it as an illusion. It's like, oh my gosh, this isn't real. To see the construct of your thinking, of your mind, and your mind's creations. And the moment you see it, the whole thing starts to fall apart and dissolve and disappear. Raise your hands. How many of you have got this experience? So right now, I've got 7 people. Hello, Dave, Cindy, John, Anna, Julie, Lisa, now Trish. How many of you have had this experience where you've seen your beliefs playing out and realizing they're not real, and suddenly having the whole thing fall apart? Okay, I've had that experience multiple times, more and more so, where it's happening almost on a weekly basis lately, whereas before it was only happening like maybe once a year, maybe a couple times a year, but it's exponentially speeding up. So here's the big insight. This is what I saw today. This is how amazing it is to be on the planet right now. Every time you have one of those awarenesses, one of those epiphany, oh my God, that's not real, and this is all illusion, and the whole thing falls apart. Before this time and age, that would have been called an after-death process. That realization of the whole illusion dismantling itself, falling apart and falling into deeper truth, that's what happened after we died. is we would sit and reflect and see all of our own participation in our lives. We would see how our thoughts and the people who were showing up in our lives would be for our benefit, for our own well-being, that we actually hired them. They signed up lovingly to support us living into these experiences. And that would be what we would process after leaving the physical realm, and we would go into what I call the in-between phase, in-between stage, and process all of that, and the illusion of what we were living into fell away. Here's what's so amazing. We now get to have that opportunity as much as we want right now. That's unprecedented. How cool is that? That we actually get to dismantle and see our own illusions fall apart in this lifetime, and we don't have to die. Well, that's a loose word, right? It feels a little bit like ego death to me every time that happens. When I take ownership of my life and the illusions that I put into place and I watch them fall away, there is a part of me that does die, and it is my ego, and that's okay. It's fine. But we've not had the opportunity to be able to, in conscious waking states, collectively as the masses, as just Jane and Joe Schmo walking down the street, we've not had that ability in past lives to do that while remaining and continuing on in this space human flesh suit that we're all wearing. So I just wanted to share that with you. I don't know if that's profound for you, but for me it's extraordinarily profound that this time is so highly charged for all of us, that this time is providing so many opportunities for us to heal. Hello, kitty. And this time is unlike anything precedented. I fell into a very, very deep hole yesterday, and I was grieving the things that humans have done to not support the planet. Got a little caught up in some news about certain places in the planet and certain things that were happening, and just boom, fell into a very deep hole, and really just fell to my knees and was asking Spirit to show me and help pull me out. And so in fact, this was in part one of the things that helped me come out of that hole, was to see the mass opportunity that we have. We have exponential opportunity to heal. And so anything that you're ready to let go of, now's the time. You've got the opportunity. And I was talking to some friends about this wonderful little phrase that I've been recently taught. And it starts with, what would it take to blank? And fill in the blank. What would it take to have a healthier life? What would it take to bring and elevate my body into a more natural state of health? What would it take to have that loving, natural, supportive relationship that I've always wanted? What would it take to have blank? And then fill in your blank. And then the next statement is you taking ownership of what a powerful creator you are. You have created the constructs of obstacles. You've created prisons that you've locked yourself away in. You have created keys and you've handed them off. You created all of that. So the next phrase is, anything that gets in my way of this. Anything that gets in my way of seeing that through and having that right here in this moment. I uncreate, so my attention's now on the energetic block. I don't have to know what it is, which makes this awesome. I uncreate, delete, and transmute across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. And so it is. So you're taking responsibility. You are saying, I've created this. You're recognizing that you've got the power of creation. You're also recognizing you have the power of destruction. And it's not even the power, it's the responsibility and the duty to yourself to live into the life that you want, to be self-expressed, to stand in your strong, empowered place. You must destroy the constructs that are preventing you from living the life you want and taking 100% ownership of it. I uncreate, delete, and transmute anything that gets in my way of this across all space, time, dimensions, and realities. Then I want to invite you to buckle on your seatbelt, sit back because you're going to go for a ride. holy crap, I cannot believe the things that have happened because I've said that. I cannot believe the depth of healing that's happened from a 30-year relationship to someone who hasn't spoken to me since, I don't know, the early 2000s. That got healed, to up-leveling my self-worth and my self-value to beyond what I could have ever imagined. Like, if you are following my post right now on Facebook, you'll kind of see the progression of my journey is this really deep up-leveling of self-value and self-worth. So what is your thing? What do you want to fill in that blank? What is it you want to achieve? And are you willing to start taking responsibility for creating the construct, for hiring all the people to show up in your world to play this out for you on your behalf because they love you as souls, no matter how vile the behavior looks? And are you ready to destroy it and uncreate it and live into something better? So powerful. Oh my gosh. We have the opportunity to live lifetimes right now. And what I saw today just blew my mind. Like, hashtag mind blown. It was really, really cool. So I just want to shout out to a few other people. Trish showed up. Julie says, hi, kitty. You guys want to see the kitten? Oh my gosh, this is Mateo. And this is the beautiful spots of a Bengal kitten, and he's super fun, and I love him very much. Check out those belly spots. Oh my god, he's so cute. So Cindy says that's what she's going through right now, with all these people that want to do daycare without a license. yeah. There's a lot of opportunities where we're getting stimulated and triggered on all sorts of different levels, professionally, personally, as friends, as partners, and all of these are creating just the most massive amounts of opportunities for us to really, really deeply undo our constructs, to undo what we put in place and take responsibility. And for some of you, I know that's something that's a struggle. It was a struggle for me. Wow, it was a big struggle. And with this person from 30 years ago, to be able to calmly sit and take responsibility for, well, that part was mine and that part was mine, and I was not healthy at that time, and I was very, very ill physically, mentally, and emotionally, and I had no business being in a relationship. To be able to own that within myself just energetically cleared any remaining stuff that was still being held in cellular memory. So that was a big channel. That was a lot of energy to come through, and it's just really the point for today's little talk is we get the opportunity to do in one lifetime what took hundreds of lifetimes before. We get to do that much growth right now, and so take advantage of it. I don't get a sense that it's going to slow down, so it's not like there's a window of opportunity closing. I'm just saying, hey, if you really want to do things, if you want to have the life that you've been looking for, it is at your fingertips. It's at the tip of your mind when you recognize that your thoughts are creating the construct. Your mind is the construction company. And what kind of prison or palace have you built for yourself? And are you willing to step out of it? It's like in the Matrix when they were sitting in that blank room. That's what we have. We have a blank slate that we can step into and say, all right, enough of that. I uncreated all that. And what would I choose to create now? And you can choose to get bogged down into the quagmire, or you can choose to soar and fly. It's up to you. We have more choice than we can possibly fathom right now. It's just, and it's always been there. I'm just seeing it deeper and deeper and deeper. All right, so much love to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all for tuning in. I hope you continue to enjoy these. And me and Mr. Mateo, we're off to our next little adventure together. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Bye.